So I wanted to talk about something that I experienced in the last couple of days, maybe 2 weeks or so. I found myself wanting to fill in the lull time I had with trying to download the most information I could. I was trying to maximize every minute into being able to absorb more knowledge. It's almost like I was running after time because I didn't want to lose time. But in doing that, I could never catch it. I am constantly trying to be better, to be more knowledgeable, to learn more, to just have more information. And I can give you some examples. Like, I feel like I'm in this rat race that never ends. When I'm on the treadmill, I'm listening to a master class and worrying about the businesses that I'm part of. When I'm in the Uber or at a taxi on the way to an appointment, I'm answering emails and I'm making bank transfers. At the doctor's office, I'm trying to read a book, but then I'm also filling out insurance forms that I need to process. During a Zoom meeting for work, I catch myself chatting on WhatsApp with my friends or my family, or checking Instagram. When I'm breastfeeding my son, Valentine, I'm reading a parenting article, or I'm clicking on the links that my friends have sent me. So I'm just trying to absorb all of this information. The other day, I was getting acupuncture and I was listening to a podcast. And even when I have time to relax and do nothing, I take out my notebook and I write a to-do list. And it gives me some sort of happiness checking things off my list, but also, again, this rat race never ends and I'm constantly chasing time and wanting to get things done. It even went to a point when my husband and I watch Netflix to unwind, I'm Googling information about the people I'm watching on Netflix. It's insane. It's like, why can't I just watch the show? Why do I have to be looking at information? Is this true? Did these facts happen? And I just felt so overstimulated and so overwhelmed. And it's almost like I have this guilt that if I'm unable to fill this minute and fill my brain with information, then I'm unproductive and I'm useless, and I just feel so dumb, like I'm not improving myself, right? And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I feel that with social media, it's a magnifying glass into our lives, and we tend to look at other people, and being busy is glamorized. Like, it's almost as if you're busy, you're worth something. It's amazing if you're busy, and if you're doing nothing, you're not worth anything. And that's something that I struggle with because I love being busy, but it's a pressure that I put on myself from social media, and also seeing what other people are doing and thinking, gosh, I have to do more, and it's just this never-ending rat race, and it's so tiring. And this week I've just been so exhausted that I needed to remind myself to slow down. And so I was sitting staring at a white wall, and I was about to put on a podcast, and then I said, you know what, this is so nourishing. I'm just staring at a white wall, and it calmed me down. And it's funny because I always tell my husband this, that doing nothing is doing something. But for some reason, when it's me doing nothing, I feel useless. So I guess I just wanted to shoot this and talk about it because it's therapeutic for me and it's my release. And I wanted to end by reminding myself that we are human beings. It's okay to just be. We're not human doings. And my self-worth isn't based on how many things I get off my checklist, my to-do list, because it never ends. You always have something to do. So I wanted to leave this quote that I heard from this poet. She said, "I do not consider the time I spend hoping lost time. When I hope, that is the most found time I have." So I wanted to change that and how it applies to me. I do not consider the time I spend doing nothing lost time. The time I spend when I do nothing is the most found time I have. And I just think it's a great reminder for all of us we're going a million miles per minute.